Hey guys, it's a bit small here. Before we start, there might be some audio qualities, audio errors. So I'm sorry if you guys hear anything in the background, but let's get to the video now. Hey guys, it's a bit small here, but new what if? What if Deku was Danny Phantom? Now, the reason I said he was Danny Phantom instead of having his powers, because Deku will be fighting Danny Phantom's villains and also his allies. No, also getting his allies. And also, I'm going to be using some non-canon powers. Since Danny Ecto Energy / Ghost Energy, it's basically energy manipulation. Since Danny can create shields, energy bombs. And also there's a theory that Danny has fire powers, since future Danny has like a red ghost sense, and is usually blue because of his ice powers. But that's not important right now. Let's start to what if. So before Deku was even born, his father died. But when he died, he let Deku into a house that he built. But after she moved in, she gave birth to Deku. Luckily with the help of Mitsuki, Pikachu's mom. She was able to keep Deku healthy. When Deku started talking and speaking, he started to love heroes. His favorite was All Might, because Deku always admired how he always see people with a smile. But when Deku turned 14, he went to the doctor to find out his quirk. He found out that he was quirkless. And once Kachi found out that he was quirkless, he started to bully him every day. So basically, everything's the same in canon, except for Deku needing to live in a house instead of a apartment. When Deku was 14 / the beginning of the anime, he's in his class. When the teacher walks in, he knows that everybody passed their test, but I'm skipping a few details to save time. So the teacher mentions that Deku wants to go to UA, which pisses up Kachan, which you know why, but after class ended, Kachan does the same thing. He blows up Deku's notebook, took him take a swan dive off the roof, but that's not important. Let's skip a couple things. After All Might saved Deku from the sludge monster, he jumps away. Before he could jump away, Deku grabs onto him, so he lands on a building where Deku asks questions. The question he asks, can you become a hero without a quirk? After All Might told him, no, Deku went home, but sometimes, or some things, is different. Because this time, Deku didn't make All Might drop the sludge villain, so Kasha never got attacked, and Deku never tried to save him. But as Deku went home, as he got home, he went straight to his room, because he was upset. He was so upset, he decided to punch a wall, saying why wasn't he born for quirk? But as he punched the wall, instead of breaking that part of the wall, it was instead pushed back, like some sort of button. But as Deku got near it, he noticed that it's a small room. It's like the size of a closet. When Deku pushes a dusty button, the room goes down. It stops. That's when Deku realized that he's in some sort of lab. And the closet was some sort of elevator. As Deku looked around, he saw a bunch of machines like gauntlets, guns, and thermos. I can't pronounce it, sorry. Then he sees some sort of circle or hexagon, and it kind of looks like a portal. Deku walks into the portal. He trips. That's when he falls. Onto a button, and he hears a sound. Before he can react, he hears another sound. Then he sees a great big flash. Just because right here Academia has medical science that's far more advanced, and they wouldn't notice something off with Deku, because they're not stupid like people with Danny Phantom. So Deku won't actually need to go to a hospital. But he is extra tired and weakened a little bit. But as Deku looks up, he hears a lane on the counter. He sees two green globes, and reflection when he wipes the dust off the counter. He sees that two globes are his eyes. Then he sees his hair is now snow white. When Deku looks down, that he's wearing a black and white jumpsuit. He makes Deku ask, how? How is that possible? Then he hears a sound, and then he sees a faint green glow. That's when he notices the portal is now sparking. Then it turns on. And Deku back up and asks, what the hell is that? As Deku begins to crawl backwards, he places his hand on a piece of paper. That's when he notices that the paper is a blueprint for the portal, and it says Ghost Zone. That's when Deku looks at his hand and grabs his hair, because he just realized what is going on. When Deku tries to get back up, he starts to float. But as he starts to float, he notices that the air vent is missing some sort of barrier. So instead of floating to a metal grate, he's floating to a spinning fan. But as Deku tries to stop, he realizes he can't stop, so he crosses his arms, and he goes right through it. So when Deku looks at his hand, he notices that it's only an outline of his body, but as he floats to the floor, he's up in the kitchen. But he tries to call his mom, but when his mom turns around, she asks, where are you? And Deku say, wait, what? Then he floats through the roof, and now she can't hear him. That's when Deku realizes that she can't see him. But as Deku keeps on floating, he realized he's still floating, obviously. Then Deku realized that he needs to stop before he goes to space. But he tries everything. He tries to swim. Well, that's all he tries. But after he tries this, he says, dang it! And throws his hands up in the air in frustration. When he does this, he suddenly gets a huge boost of speed. He puts his hand down. He slows down. Deku looks at his hand and tries to fly. It works. This is the Superman flying. But as Deku flies, he starts to look around. Then he runs into a building, but he goes intangible and goes right through it. But as he does this, people scream at him and freak out until Deku left. Deku realizes, why could they see him, but not his mom? That's when Deku goes to the nearby wall and thinks of going intangible. When he puts his hand to the wall, it goes through it. As he lands, people walk around him. When he thinks it's disappearing, he goes invisible. He knows that people are now asking him where he went. As he begins to fly, he goes as high as he can. He says that this is amazing. Then he sees a circle appear around his body. He makes him ask, what the heck is this? But the circle seems expanding in his body, which somehow turned back to human. But as he begins to fall, he's saying, no, 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 no. But he turns back to normal before he hits the floor. Sadly, he didn't fly. He ended up hitting the floor in his ghost form. He ended up hitting it hard. People start surrounding him. They notice that he's hurt but still alive, even with a broken arm and a few broken ribs. People try to help him. He realizes his scratches are disappearing. Then he hears a sound and notices his arm isn't broken. He's supposed to be better. So Deku realizes, yeah, super healing. Apparently super durability. But the guy is still telling him to go to a hospital. But what Deku doesn't know there's a warning sign going on in Deku's secret lab. Or the secret lab. And 3 mists come out and fly to the roof and land into a building. But the mist starts turning into a giant bird. Let's say a giant monkey, a giant wolf. But not the wolf that Danny knows, it's just a random wolf ghost. Then the bird screeches and flies away. The wolf and monkey following. That's when Hawk gets called. But when he answers, the first thing he hears is, the giant bird! It makes him say, wait, what? Then Hawk sees a news broadcast of a monster attracting. But then Omega receives a call about a giant ape. Riku and it never get a call that a giant wolf. As we begin to go to the city, the wolf howls and the bird screeches are so loud the building windows are shattering, with ape just recreating King Kong. As Deku tries to tell everybody that he apparently heals quick, and Deku hears a howl, then he sees a giant bird, which makes Deku ask, where the hell did that come from? Then he looks at the windows and looks at his eyes, which is the same color as the bird. He remembers the portal. Then he said, "Did I open a portal? I brought them here." Deku begins to fly. He realized that he's pretty fast. As soon as Deku gets near the bird, his mouth releases a sort of mist, which distracts him enough to get slammed back to the ground by the giant ape. Deku falls. He has a nearby building, which makes pieces of concrete fall. But before it falls on somebody, Deku grabs it and saves them. That's when Deku realizes that he has super strength. Deku asks himself, he hopes he's strong enough. He then flies into Gorilla, sending it flying. His exact number of Danny's strength, according to Google and Wikipedia, Danny can probably lift around 10 to 30 tons, according to the internet. But Deku slams the gorilla. Mirko's trying to fight the wolf with Endeavor. He doesn't realize the physical attacks don't work on it, which pisses off Endeavor, screaming that he can't hurt it. But before the wolf attacks them, they get picked up by Hawk's feathers. But when they see Hawk, they ask him what the hell is going on with these things, because no matter what they do, they can't hurt them. Then he sees a giant feather coming at them, which they dodge, but when it hits a nearby building, it explodes and sends them flying. Hawk is able to catch Endeavor. All Might catches Miracle. But as All Might asks what's going on, Miracle tells him things are strong and immune to their attacks. But All Might tells him to stay here. He hears something hit the floor hard. That's when he sees a bloody Deku fighting a giant ape. Makes All Might ask, why can he hurt them but they can't? But as Deku tries to punch the ape, he gets grabbed by a giant claw, smashes the building. But he soon goes invisible. Then he realizes the invisibility and tangibility doesn't work on other ghosts. But then All Might tries to punch the bird, only for him to do no damage, just go right through it. And also, I never explained what's going on. You see, ghosts can only be hurt by other ghosts or anti-ghost weapons. So most of the heroes can't hurt them. And All Might's punches just go right through them, and Deku, but like I was saying, Deku rips off the claws and flies away. But then he gets slammed by the wolf's tail. As he lands, Deku sees his house and thinks to himself that these things are too strong and there's too many of them. If somebody built a portal, we have to build a way to contain them. But Deku flies into his basement, and notices that half the things look broken or not complete. But as Deku throws a pair of gauntlets away, he hears something fall. He sees a thermos. As he picks up, he asks, what the hell is this? But he looks through a bunch of notebooks. He sees a thermos, and it's called the Midoriya thermos. He asks himself, why is it called that? This is a picture of his dad and him when he was a baby. And that's when Deku realizes that this must be his dad's stuff. And he asks himself, what the hell is your job, Dad? But as he reads the notes, he realizes that the thermos is some sort of ghost containment device. As Deku tries to fly back to the fight, since All Might lose the ape, Deku rams it into a building. Before he can open the thermos, he gets knocked back and drops it. But as the monkey tries to crush Deku, Deku sees but as the monkey tries to crush Deku, he screams at All Might for him to throw the thermos. All Might asks why. Deku just says, just do it! When All Might throws the thermos, he catches it, opens it, which sucks off the monkey. All Might then asks, what is that? He says, it's like a prison but more ants. All Might then asks, if there's extra room in there. Deku says, he said no, but he hopes there is. He then flies to Miracle and Endeavor, finding a giant wolf. Before it charges at them, it bites them. It still gets sucked, and the rest of the wolf follows with it, with the rest of the body getting sucked up. But as tries to fly away, Deku helps him. But Deku helps him. The hawk tries to attack him. But Deku says not for long. Opens his thermos and a bird charges at them. There's Endeavor and other land. So Deku, they ask, what the hell is that? And why weren't they able to hurt them where he could? And even contain him? As Deku begins to mumble and says, well, you see... Huh. You just stickers like ask it. You say they're ghost. I'm not sure what I am, but if you need me, I'm gonna go invisible. Deku just disappears, which pisses off Endeavor. Hawk says that he's too tired for this, and he doesn't want to ask what's going on. He doesn't want to fight those. But Deku flies home. What he doesn't know, that he was being watched by a mysterious man in a group of vultures. But as the camera turns, it shows Blood Masters in ghost form. Deku lands back into his basement lab. There's a thermos and he asks himself what he should do with this. But that's when Deku sees his file notebooks. Before he does anything, he messages his mom and tells him that he might be studying at a friend's house. Opens a book and begins to study, saying, I might as well figure out what to do with this. But we're going to do a time skip by 1 week. And in that 1 week, Deku has learned to transform into his human form, and also figure out how to close the ghost portal, and release all the ghosts he captured back in the ghost zone. And also, when I mean close, I mean just doors. Deku's reading his front notes, so he can figure out the fix the ghost gauntlets and extend the storage of Midoriya Stormers. But as Deku finishes his class, goes to a nearby beach and begins to clean it up. Deku trying to get strong in his human forms. He wants to see if he's just strong in his ghost form, or his strength is multiplied. Then he sees a piece of meat land in the ocean. This makes Deku sighs. Then flies to the city where Deku's ghost sense goes off. Deku sees his lunch lady. As he's fighting her, Deku's thinking to himself that this is probably just boring and a waste of time. To be honest, Danny's kind of an idiot. He doesn't take fighting ghosts that seriously. He does take it serious sometimes, but not really. But the reason why I say this is because Deku probably trained in order to fight and take notes on how to take down searching ghosts. But as Deku defeats the lunch lady, he lands near a group of heroes. Then looks at them and asks, are they hardly helping? But they just tell Deku that it's not like they can hurt them, or the attack just goes right through them. But as Deku gets home, he starts to take some notes, like how some more human-looking ones are stronger, but only human-looking ones that he's faced is the lunch lady, the animal ones, and the box ghost. Somehow the box ghost keeps on escaping. But they could go back to training. We cut to All Might and Nomasasa, All Might's detective friend, looking at a wall full of pictures of Deku and other ghosts, but mostly just with ghosts. But then a picture soon shows up that of Deku and the ghost, because they have figured out that Deku is eventually that everybody is calling the Phantom. But guys, I'm going to end what up here. Before I leave, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check out my Discord, so you can go beyond plus ultra.